Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. We're getting some breaking developments now coming in. And this is as the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is still in India because of the aircraft that developed snag earlier on Sunday. Now you have a reaction that's coming in from Canada's opposition party that in fact have gone on to make fun of Justin Trudeau. They've put out a tweet and I'm reading out from that tweet. Justin Trudeau's never-ending global clown show grounded in India. That's the tweet that's coming in from the opposition party in Canada. Let me just give better context to our viewers. Our viewers would remember that Justin Trudeau was all set to depart from India after the G20 summit got concluded, but his flight in fact developed a snag, and this is something that we had reported, that we're understanding that he possibly cannot fly out till today afternoon because of the aircraft that was delayed in getting another aircraft back to Indian soil as well. But first, let's bring in our colleague Abhishek to try and understand the reaction that's coming in from the opposition party. Abhishek, good morning. First, give us better context of the tweet and the comment that has been put out by the opposition parties in Canada.
So, internal domestic policies which are not well appreciated back at home in Canada, and the Conservative Party has taken a dig on Justin Trudeau's latest self-embarrassment, that one can say, that his plane is stuck in India even after 36 hours of his scheduled departure, when he did take part in G20 summit level talks, and after that he had to immediately rush back to Canada. But after developing this technical snag, still his team of engineers are trying to fix that problem, and probably this afternoon Justin Trudeau will be able to fly back home. Meanwhile, what has happened back home is the opposition party is targeting Justin Trudeau government for his various policy failures, and the way he handles his own affairs as well, including how a prime minister could be stuck in another country because of a technical snag. This is also kind of uncaring or not very good policy decision, one can say, or good something that can show the government in a good light.
Okay.
And this is what the opposition party in Canada is targeting Justin Trudeau for.
And Abhishek, there has been criticism on other lines also for Justin Trudeau, which is the rise of extremism and the K propaganda, which is on a rise in Canada. This is something that was pushed by India very, very clearly, giving a stern message. And hours later, we see a referendum event happening in a gurdwara in Surrey. So this visit has been problematic, possibly many would say, with the lack of a better word, as far as Justin Trudeau is concerned.
Of course, we have seen so many things, especially on the front of racism or extremism, that Justin Trudeau has allowed to happen in Canada, despite him being a very woke Prime Minister, a person who talks about liberal values and ethics and every other aspect of a modern society. He is still trying to let that extremist element and anti-India sentiment very much harbored and flourishing in Canada, very much under the protection of the government, if one can say, because so many instances of targeting of Indian communities, Hindu temples, and for that matter, Indian councillors also, or Indian foreign diplomats also being targeted by these extremist elements has happened in the recent past, and the Canadian government has not been able to take a single action or single arrest in several of those cases. So that tells the kind of administration or the policy Justin Trudeau has been running in his home country, and this is something that has come under attack from the opposition.
Abhishek, is this the only reaction that has come so far as the opposition is concerned, or are we seeing some other reactions as well?
This is the first reaction probably that has come from the opposition party, but of course it has become a bird of joke because of this long technical snag, and this is not the first time that his plane has kind of given him this issue, or in the past also his schedule had been preponed or postponed or delayed because of this issue. Ironically, in 2018 when Justin Trudeau had travelled to India, the same plane had developed some technical snag, and his scheduled departure from Canada to India was also delayed. So the issue of this plane has long been there, and for some reason Canadian government has not been able to replace this 30-year-old plane, and we know how embarrassing this situation has become right now, when Justin Trudeau, despite about 40 hours having spent in India as a stuck passenger with all of his entourage, his delegation, is waiting for a replacement of his plane or the technical snag that could be repaired and he could fly back home.
Yeah, you're right, Abhishek. I've also been speaking to a lot of experts on the ground. Even in 2016, as you rightly pointed out, a similar snag had happened exactly with the same aircraft. And that time, just 30 minutes after departure, Justin Trudeau, in fact, had to take a U-turn and go back to his original location. Now we're understanding it's possibly going to be a CF002 that's going to be the departure aircraft. But have you been also speaking to maybe sources on the ground or people from his delegation? What's really caused this delay?
So situation, not exactly the technical details have not been out that what is the exactly problem. But we know that the issue is being repaired. The aircraft maintenance engineers are working there day and night, literally. And situation is still fluid. This is what the PMO officials from the Canadian government has told us, that the situation is still fluid. And they are not sure exactly when Prime Minister will be leaving from India. But it looks like situation are getting improved. And in all likelihood, by afternoon today, Justin Trudeau will be able to fly back home.
Okay, Abhishek, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details.